Okay. Yeah. So, hello everyone. So, today in this session, we will embark on a journey of revision and reinforcement. I know you have covered these topics extensively, but as they say, practice makes a man perfect. So, our focus today is on revisiting the essential elements of UI and UX design. Now, in this session, I will try to say, I will not try to say, I will say that when you are going to do UX designing, so as in the earlier classes, I have said you that UI UX goes hand in hand. So when I say UX designing, so you can you think as I am talking about UI designing because both of them are mostly the same thing and they refer the same also. So as professionals in the making, it's crucial to continuously hone our skills and solidify our understanding. So it means that we need to solidify our roots, our basic fundamentals, our principles. So that's the main task. The world of design is ever evolving, and these core principles remains the fundamental of our craft. So today we are going to revisit our old topics, ensuring that we are not only understanding them but can apply them effectively in real world projects. The goal is not just to know these concepts but to master them. Each of these 10 segments I will show you in my PPT will serve as a quick but thorough recap of the key aspects of UI UX design. By revisiting these topics, we aim to refine our skills and deepen our comprehension. Whether you have heard these principles 100 times or are encountering them for the first time, remember that learning is a continuous journey. These fundamentals are the building block of our design expertise, and it's vital to have them at our fingertips. So, with that note, I invite you to immerse yourself in this revision session. Let's reinforce our knowledge and strengthen our knowledge process. Together, we will explore the heart of UI UX design once more and ensure that it's not just knowledge but second nature to us. Thank you for joining this session and let's dive deep into our UI UX journey with enthusiasm and an open mind. So let me share my screen. So what is UI UX? So today we are going to revise our old topic starting with the fundamentals. UI UX design is all about creating digital experience that are not only visually appealing but also user friendly. You have already got this down, but it never hurts to revisit these basics. So before I move, let me ask you a question that what is design? Someone can raise their hand and they can answer the question. What is design? If your parents ask you that why are you doing this course, what is design, then how would you answer them? Someone? Hello, am I
It
audible?
is like
Yeah.
it is like a blueprint for the end goal of what we want to achieve. So it gives us a visual representation of what we want to do, either on a board or a paper or any other tool that conveys the overall idea for others as well. It's like a blueprint.
Yeah. Okay. Fantastic. Any other answers? Okay, I guess this will be our only answer. So let me tell you. So yeah, Samriddhi.
Well, for me, design is like it is when we try to solve problems. Design is when we try to solve problems. Anything we want to solve creatively. That is what I frame as design. What I do, I solve the problems here in a creative way so that it looks appeasing and it tackles the technical challenges, but also ensnares the user, which who is seeing the like say product or my work for the first time.
Okay, so this is an answer from a professional perspective. So as you can see that we are getting answer, no, we are getting the same answer but with different perspective. One, informal way, that how you will you explain to your friends or your parents or your family members, and other one, how will you explain this to or in a job interview, to the job interviewee. So let me explain you once more. In a formal way, you would say like UI UX design is all about making digital stuffs easy to use and enjoyable. It's like how our favorite games like PUBG or Valorant, etc., have a cool menu or are easy to play. For example, when you use your favorite shopping apps like GeoMart, Amazon, Mintra, Zudio, etc., and you can easily find and buy what you want without getting frustrated. That's good UI UX design in action. So the basically the thing I want to say is we try to make things easier with the help of design. That is what a informal answer would be. Now if you see it in a professional way, and if you want to answer it in a professional way, you would say like UI UX design focuses on optimizing the digital user experience. A prime example for this is in e-commerce platform. In the previous case, I said examples like GeoMart, Amazon, Mintra, etc. But in if you are talking in a professional way, you would say in e-commerce platform. When customers use when customers can easily browse through product categories, they easily find information and seamlessly complete, complete a purchase. It's a result of effective UI UX design. This in turn leads to increase our satisfaction and better business outcome. Now we will move into some other questions. Those are like, what are type of designs? Now we have learned what is design. Now what are the types of design? So, design encompasses a wide range of disciplines, including uh, graphic design, industrial design, or interior design, fashion
Akash,
design.
I
Yeah,
have a
yeah,
question. Are you moving the slides as you are speaking?
yeah. Actually, these are some questions that I thought that I might
Okay,
say.
all right, okay,
Right.
okay. Do post it later in the group. Okay, you
Yeah,
can
yeah, yeah. I
continue.
will do it. Yeah. Okay. So there are some different type of designing like industrial designing, graphic designing, interior designing and all. Each type of design focuses on specific areas and application. Now, before we move, we need to know what are the careers in designing. So design offers a good career option. Some common design career include graphic designer, industrial designer, interior designer, fashion designer, web designer, UI UX designer, and architectural designer. The field you choose depends on your interests and skills. Now, one of the very main reason that you would think first when you are joining this session or the first session of UI UX, you would be it would be like when you get a job, when you after learning all this UI UX and you will go for a job interview, then how what type of experience would you get? So in a UI job interview, they often refer it as UX design interview, as I have said earlier. But user interface or UI and user experience or UX are closely related disciplines in the field of design and development. Now, in your interview, they may ask UX related questions in a UI interview, because having a strong understanding of UX principles is crucial for creating effective and visually appealing UI. They want to assess if you not only design things that looks good, but also consider the user's overall experience. So it's a way of evaluating both aspects. Remember to be prepared to answer questions about both UI and UX. Even if the job title is specifically for UI design, this holistic approach ensures you can create design that are not only visually pleasing but also provide a great user experience. Okay, so fundamentals of UI design. So let's revisit the fundamentals of UI design. It's all about layout, colors, typography, consistency, and etc. Actually, being a UX designer, we want to ensure that our designs are not only visually appealing but also user friendly. The key here is to maintain consistency across screens and create an intuitive experience. So in UI design, we prioritize on the essential things are like layout, colors, typography, and consistency, and prioritizing the user's need and preference. Now, design principles in action. So in this segment, we will reiterate how to apply design principles to real projects. You are already familiar with elements like consistency, visibility, and feedback. They are an important role, or I would say they play an important role in shaping user experience and are not just theoretical but practical components of successful design. Now, what is design principle? So, design principles are fundamental guidelines that designers follow to create effective and visually appealing solutions. These principles can vary depending on the specific design disciplines, but often include concepts like balance, contrast, alignment, proximity, and hierarchy. Now, what is UI? So, as we have learned in our previous class, but I would like to ask you all this question: what is UI from according to you? In your own way, you can explain me. What is UI? Anyone? Yeah, I want you to describe what is UI. Means the thing you are learning, UI UX. I want to know what is UI. See, these are the essential questions that interviewer asks, and in general your parents might ask you that, as if you said like we are learning UI UX, so they may ask what is UI, what is UX. So how would you explain them or the interviewer? No, I'm not asking about the full form, I'm asking what is UI in general. Okay, let me tell you the answer. So UI
User,
yeah, yeah, you can say.
it's a user interface, what the users see when we open the browser.
Yeah, like icons, buttons, menus, and all those things, right?
Yep.
Yeah, definitely. So UI or user interface refers to the visual and interactive elements of a product or system that that users interact with. It includes components like buttons, menus, icons, and screens that enable users to navigate and interact with the product. Then what is UX? So anyone would like to answer this? User experience.
User experience. User experience is how the user when actually use that
The overall user
yeah,
experience. That
experience.
is what UX deals with. The main task of UX is to satisfy the user. So it is an overall experience a user has when interacting with a product or system. It focuses on ensuring that the user's journey is seamless, enjoyable, and user friendly, considering factors like easy to use, accessibility, and user satisfaction. Now, there is some difference between UI and UX. So that is like UI pertains to the design of the visual and interactive elements like the colors, fonts, icons, etc. While UX concerns the overall user experience. UI is about the look and feel, while UX addresses the holistic experience, including usability and user satisfaction. Now, design principles. So, design principles are fundamental guidelines that designers follow to create effective and visually appealing solutions. These principles can vary depending on the specific design disciplines, but often include concepts like balance, contrast, alignment, proximity, and hierarchy. Now, what is UI design principle? So UI design principles are specific to user interface design. They focuses on creating user-friendly and visually pleasing interface. Common UI design principles include simplicity, consistency, feedback and efficiency, and error prevention among those. Now, UI elements and their role. So, UI elements and their role. UI elements like buttons, menus, and forms are the building blocks of a great user interface. You already know how vital they are in shaping the user experience. So, in after few slides, I will explain you how a full project from start to end works. Okay. Then designing for all devices. So you have to remember that you should not leave any device for designing. Like if a product X is working on PC, then it should also work on tablet and smartphone. And if it's work on phone, then it should work on mm, PC and tablets. So it means I want to say is you should make make projects in all the three or the various kind of screen sizes. Okay, so that when they get compressed like in phone or they get expand like in PC, they give you a seamless experience without hurting the satisfaction of the users. Okay, so from here we will, okay, before we go, let me ask, what is web design? Before we move there, let me ask you, what is web design? Anyone? Okay, so web design is refers to the process of creating visual elements, layouts, and overall experience of a website. That is known as web design. Now, what are the type of web pages? So there are many type of web pages. Those are like home page, about page, contact page, blog page, product or service page, portfolio page, e-commerce page, landing page. Now, what is this landing page? This is a single page website designed for a specific marketing or promotional purpose. So what are landing pages? Landing pages are single page, as I have said you. Now the focus is on driving user action such as signing up, downloading, or making a purchase. Landing pages often have a clear and concise message, minimal distraction, and a prominent call to action CTA. Now, how to design a landing page? So there are some steps to design a landing page. That is, first you have to define the purpose. You have to define the purpose of you what you have to identify the goal of the landing page, what it should do. Then understanding the audience. Then you have to understand the audience, that how the audience want the app to be, or like how you want the audience to act to the product. Then craft completing copy, compelling copy. So then you try to make some copies of other same type of products that that you want to work on. Then use eye-catching visuals to make it differentiate. Then create a clear CTA or call to action. That means they can sign up or sign in or log in, log out, or buy something from the cart, and etc. Then test and optimize. Then keep on testing them until they are smooth and fast. Now, what are the different sections used in landing pages? So those are like header, hero image, features, testimonials, CTA, form, additional information, and the footer. If you are working on a single page, then these are the essential things that you should provide in a sequence, in this sequence. Now, how to design an effective landing page? Now, to design an effective landing page, focus on a clear message, an attractive layout, and a compelling call to action. Prioritize your user experiences, responsiveness, and performance. Regularly test and optimize your loading page to improve conversion rates. Now, how to design website in Figma? So one of the easiest step to start from scratch to end is, first we work on wireframing, then we go to design elements like the visuals, text, fonts, etc. Then the prototyping, then we go to collaboration. If we want to collaborate with any team members, if you are working in a team, so you need to collaborate with them. Then you start testing the product, and then exporting assets. Okay, so today I will show you how a um, project is made from start to scratch, from scratch to end. So this is a website where, and this is a volunteering website. So they have first define their objectives. That is a web-based virtual volunteering platform. It will be a web-based virtual volunteering platform. And the second is commuter mobile website. Commuter mobile website supplement the existing desktop site to increase engagement with those who seek vital volunteering opportunities on the go. So they have first defined their agendas, their goals. Then they start working on the process overview, how it should work. First, they will um, let me okay. So first, they will discover what are the key points they need to know, and they will make them highlight like this way in a sticky note. Then they will define the work process, who will work the which part, and they will put the key points and what are the main key points to remember. All those things are here. Then they will go to ideation, then they will go to design, then they go to test, then again testing, they will again redesign it to make it look more visually appealing. Or they will go to ideation if there is some problem in the fundamentals, so they will process that, they will take in consider that and work on that, and after that they will design a new one, and they will again test until it gives the user the best satisfaction. Then the research work. After the process overview, they goes to the research work. So this research work goes into two part. One, stakeholders interview, or the stakeholders interview, or those who are contributing to the project, and other, the user interview, or those who will be using the product. And then we will make the affinity map, empathy map, and persona. Then we will, now here we will read about the user experience. So Tarmara's she is Tarmara, and she she has used this product, and here it shows how, her feeling, and here it shows her activities, here it shows her stages, when at which she feels what, and here what are the UX opportunities for us to work on to make it look more user friendly. So as you can see, when he was sorry I'm sorry when she was unable to find a good volunteering mobile app, she came to this website. Then when she got this website, she got very happy. Then once she downloaded it, and then she looked into the main page, where she was able to find all the volunteering events and all in one place. So she got happier. Then when she started registering for a volunteer, when she started registering to volunteer, she got the page sign in, sign up page, and the UI was not that good, so she got disappointed. So here are some opportunities. You can see below what are the opportunities that as a UI designer you can have and work on. Then again, after signing in, she gets happy because she was able to volunteer without paying anything or something like that. But then when she went in the next step, she gets disappointed. Why? Because there are a lot of volunteering thing. Now what she will take, she was unable to find what she's eligible, or what are the skills she have to contribute. She is unable to find. Then we understood this thing, so we added a filter. So after using the filter, she got happy because according to her skills and credibility, she could filter out all the volunteering events or activities according to her choice. And after getting one of the best one, she completes the profile, or she accepts the volunteering event, and then she goes for it. So this is how this app worked, and this is how the UX part works. First you need to understand the user's behavior, the emotions, the feelings, and then you have to think what are the areas that you can work on to make it more better or seamless for the user, and then working on it again and again to make the user happy at all the points. Okay, then comes the sitemap. So here is the sitemap, that you will go to the home page, then the browser and their respective part, then the project details and their respective part, then sign in, sign out, and public. So there is a sitemap. It gives you a overall visualization of the product. Then comes the sketch. After thinking about the sitemap, we start sketching. So these are some layouts that they have made, and then they start working on the wireframe. So after sketching, they starts working on the wireframe. So this is the main page, and then they go to the browsing page, and if they want to come to the main page, then they can go. So these arrows shows the path. So you can see how a project from scratch to end works. And then we come to the outcome. So in the outcome, a refined prototype commuter mobile web app, which helps with browse and join projects, to join volunteering communities, to communicate activities. So these are the outcomes that they have made by making this product. And what are its impact? So the impact is in usability test. So 90% of the users found the new design of commuter mobile website in is intuitive. It is easy to, oh, I guess I have wrote it oppositely. Okay. So it is easy to use. It is easy to find the suitable volunteering option, and 90% of the people found the new design more intuitive or attractive. User can see all project details, mm, causes or events to support before signing in the volunteering platform, which was very helpful to make decisions. So before signing, they can find what events he or she wants to join, and that was a good way to start working as a volunteer. Okay, now we have learned how to design, and what are the design, and what are the things we should remember for design. Now these are the steps that makes that differentiates a good design and a bad design. So you can see that every time the heading is not the actual thing to highlight. It depends on the thing that runs the page, like this graph. The graphs depends on numbers. So the key point or the heading of this, or one of the key thing to visualize in a graph, is the numbers. So you can see what is the difference between a bad design and a good design. So in the first design, you can see that the headings are bigger, and the second design, the numbers are bigger. And people mostly like this one, because they need to see this thing, and the work is only the number, and the heading are just to understand what does the graph wants to show us. Then other one, this one. So you can see this one looks like a form, but this one is more attractive. It takes less space, but it is taking a quite a lot space. So the thing I want to explain you, that you should understand what is the difference between a good design and a bad design. Like here, they have, both of the thing shows the same, like what is the price, or what is the location, or the size, what are the number of bedrooms, bathrooms, and etc. Who are the person that you can contact to, and the number. So it is the same, but The difference is how you visualize it. This one looks visually more appealing, but this one is less because it's look like a form. Then the final display. So what are the things that you should consider in your final display? The first thing should be the image, then the product and price, then some small description. And remember that don't make it too small for so that the users just looks and then goes away, or don't make it too large that the users find it uncomfortable to read and stay at that same page. Then the location, then tags and categories, then some other listing differences, like this looks like a form but this one is looking more attractive than that. So these are some differences. Okay, now here you should understand that what are the main points in a smartphone that users find easy to reach and hard to reach places. That's why you see most of the time when a product is using AI or a chatbot, they mostly keep it in this area. And in this area, they keep the not so very important thing. And in the hard area, they keep it either blank or empty, or they give some visual elements that are not important to the main product. Okay, so most of the highlighted thing, most of the key points or highlighted points that you want your user to know are should be placed in this area, or it may be on the opposite side, but it should be in this area because the hands are always on that part. Then these are the stretched but okay type part. So all the important part but less than the key highlighted points should be in these areas. And the other areas are because they are hard to reach, so they just make it look simple and keep it empty. Now this is other example. So you can see that here the sign in button is up, but here it is down, so it gives you a sense of symmetry. Okay, then here, now this one does shows the same thing, but the difference is by writing that you have no projects demotivates the user, and the chances of the user coming back to your product will be less. But when you make it more engaging, like tell the user to work on it and to work on some project in this in your website or website, so they will feel encouraged and they might work on their projects using your product. Okay. Okay, so this keep so remember always when you are making an app, always give sufficient gap between buttons, because we humans are not I mean to say, like, we are not concentrated into something. Suppose we are eating and along with that we are watching television, and again we thought that we need to order something more, so we go to Instamart. So the thing I want to say is we are not in one state of position. We always like to do multitasking. So while doing multitasking, we are always in a hurry. So in hurry, always these small gaps makes a huge differences. Okay, this might sound nonsense or any kind of that, but that's the reality. Always keep gap, because out of hurry the user can click, instead of buying they can click cancel, and they might feel frustrated and they will not use your product more often. So remember this thing. Okay, this is another way of making your design look better. This one is a basic like form thing, and this one looks more attractive. Here the key points, the numbers are highlighted more, as I have said earlier, and the prices also, and they are differentiated by this basic, economy, and pro. Both the things are the same, but the difference is they are divided into three part. Now what you can do is, either if you are working in a PC, so you can use this kind of thing, and if you are working on a phone, and if you have less space in your project, suppose in a page you want to display this thing, so there might be some issues, so you can use this also. So this also works accordingly based on your needs. If you think that you have less space, or if you give these things, then it will increase the size, or it won't look good. So based on your perspective you should work. And after, always remember, when you make a project, always show your friends, because they are the first users, friends, family members, because they are the first users of your, and understand their emotions, what they feel about your project or product, and then work on that. And when they get satisfied, then start uploading on the website and write it in your resume to shine it out. Okay, so here is an example of a browsing page. And then here, how can you make it look better? By using symbols, it looks more appealing. You can see the differences. By using the symbols, it makes a huge differences. Then this one, suppose you have clicked convert. So when you click on convert, the next important things are like engage and retain. So you can make an animation like that, that these things will go will get vanish, these things will come this side, and it will give you a look like this. And in that part you can show some of the key important things. And when they want to visit that page, they can click here and go to the blog page, and then continue. Okay, now contact details. Now you can see, if you want to maintain a symmetry, this is not you should work like same space between name and the heading and the blanks. Don't do in this way. Instead, do this: give small space between the blank and your heading, and give more space between this two part, name blank, and then to separate, to say that both of them are the different thing, to let the user understand that you should give gap in that way. Okay, now understanding ideal line length. Ideal line length might not be the first thing on your mind when you think of UI design, but it's okay for readability and user engagement. So why it matters? Getting the line length right can make your text not only more readable but also more inviting. Too short and you will have the reader's eye jumping from line to line. Too long and it becomes a core to read. It means they will feel bored to read that. The goal is to keep your users engaged and comfortable as they interact with your design. Okay, as you can see here, the description it has given is neither big nor too small. Okay, if the user wants to read, they can press here and they can read the full description, but it is not too small for the user to look at a glance and then move away. So this is the thing that they want, that we want to say, that is, keep good distance between the ends and the app. Like here, these are the ends and these are the gaps that they have provided. Okay, now alignments. Now you can see that this is a central alignment thing and this is a left alignment. Now which one would you choose to read? I would choose the this part, because we have a habit to read from left to right. When we are reading books, we have a habit to read from left to right. But you thought that it might be symmetrical if we keep it in the middle. It doesn't looks good. Okay, so remember that always when you are writing an article or making a vlog or putting some descriptions like this, always keep it as a left alignment, because we people love to read from left to right. Okay, then topography styling, sorry, typography styling. So typography, as in our previous lecture we have learned about typography. Now here we are looking into a good typography writing, like how it should look like. You can see that neither the spaces between the words are too big, or not the gap between the paragraph and the heading is more. You can see the picture, it also says the same thing as the heading says, like a journey through Japan's rich culture and history. Now when you think about Japan, you think this kind of houses, mountains and valleys, and the rich culture and history depicts the same thing as the picture says, shows. So you can take some reference from this template, that what should be your line height, your font size, font weight, and the color, and the paragraph line height, etc, etc. Now what is the difference between this? Okay, so you can see what went wrong here. So by keeping the line height 150, you have increased the line height. That doesn't make this does not look good, because and you cannot differentiate. I mean, you can differentiate between the paragraph and the heading, but it does not look nice. You can see that both of them are in same color, which is not very appealing to look like this. Okay, so these are the common mistakes that you should not do. Then payment details, you can see. Okay, now let me move to the next part. So tools of the trade. Okay, so tools of the trade, revisiting the concept of visual hierarchy, it's all about gliding the user's attention effectively. Elements like color, size, contrast, and spacing are the tools for creating a harmonious and user friendly experience. Okay, so the typography advantage. Okay, I'm sorry. Um, tools of the trade. Okay. Okay. So you have understood this thing. Okay. Then the typography advantage. As in our previous slides, we have read about the advantages of typography and how you should write them. So I think you have understood this thing. Okay. But let me explain you again that typography is more than just choosing fonts. It's about creating readable and engaging text. Revisiting the importance of details like font size and spacing can help you refine your design skills. So as in our previous slides we have seen that how you should keep your font size, colors, etc, to make it visually appealing. Okay, and this is the last part. I will not take much time because she has to do the practical part. Now, the colorful world of UI. In our final segment, we revisited the use of we revisit the use of color in UI design. You already understood color psychology and how it influences emotions and perceptions. Using this knowledge to create the desired responses in users in a powerful tool is a powerful tool in your design arsenal. So the thing I want to say here is use colors, fonts, templates, etc. to make it mm, so appealing and mm, always try to satisfy the user. And you too, always make designs that satisfies you, the designer first, and then the users. It is very important for both of you to get satisfied with the design. Okay, now these are the questions I have explained you in this session, and these are the basic and the important questions that that explains what is UI UX in a nutshell. So I would ask you to take this as your homework, and in your next class, you mm, I will send you a form, and you will fill it that what are the areas that you feel problem. You got problems like understanding the what is UI and UX. So based on that, we will think, and we will make the session in that way to make you understand those part. Okay, so these are the questions that you should write without using the help, without taking the help of chat gpt, bard, or etc. Don't take the help of that. According to your understanding, write what you think, and then you can revisit the lecture once more. And then what you should do is you can ask ChatGPT the answer, and then try to compare your answer to the answer provided to you by ChatGPT or the Google. Okay, and then you can see and understand that what are the key areas that you should focus on to make your understanding more better about that part. So before I finish today's session, I would like to tell you that in our next session, we are trying to organize a guest session, meaning we are going to invite a working professional in this field, and he will inspire us with his UI UX journey. And along with it, he will also share the ups and downs of the field, and we will have an interacting session. Thank you. Now, my colleague Samriddhi will take you to the UI design part, where she will teach you designing practically today. Okay.
Okay, thank you, Akash, for taking the first part of the session. So, I would be taking the second part. Where, here, I would be designing a landing page. Since the time, like, I did not think that this much time would be taken here. So, I think it's for the better that we design something simple. We would be designing, I thought, like, I would be teaching you this, something like this. But that's too advanced for you. We would be going to basic thing. So this is a landing page. It's a very simple landing page. It won't require much of a work. Okay, so I think all of you have seen this. I would mimic this thing right here only, so that it's not much of a problem. Okay, so to start first, press F for a frame. So a frame is a canvas where we design anything for a particular device. For example, you can see on my right hand side that there are many devices: MacBook Air, MacBook Pro, MacBook 16. For presentation also, for watches also, I would be going with standard thing, desktop. So yes, this is where we would be designing 1440 and height. I would adjust this and this 990. This is standard format. 16:8 ratio. Okay, so I would make another rectangle here. So first of all, I would make here a layout so that we are at ease when we are making when we are aligning the items in the page. Not grid, I would use columns so that I can align items vertically. And margin count well. 12, that count 12 means 12 columns, and margin 80. Okay. Margin 80 means from the corners it would be 80, right? I can switch off this grid if it's looking too ugly. Shift G turns off the grid and turns it back on in the windows. Um, Rectangle. Press R for rectangle. Okay, in top here, you see some tools. This is the move tool. It means when I click here, I can move this thing anywhere around. Then we have this frame tool. I had shown you different frames on the right side. So if I click frame, then I would get frames. This is shape tool, means whichever tool I want to work with, it would be displayed here. I can change the sizes later. Then this is draw tool, means if I want to make custom addition, I want to make something extraordinary that has not been made yet. So I would draw it. I would project my imagination here itself by using a pen or external graphic tablet. Text tool, it means I have to insert a text. This is a advanced thing. Here you get components, means if you want to import different components from another library. I will teach you this thing later. Then plugins. We will be using two plugins. First is Pixels. This would bring the photos that I want to use in the background or anywhere, like as a profile picture or anything in the future. Then Iconify. This plugin is very useful. This gives you many icons, whichever you want to. You just name it, you will have it here. Then this is Move tool. It is also to drag around things. This tool, that is add comment. So if you're working in a team or you have to show your project to a client, they can leave a comment at some place, for example here. So I would add a comment so that when the person who is making this thing sees it, they take some notes, or they can improve the design. You can leave any kind of comment, it's up to you. It's a vast field. Okay. Then I would be drawing a rectangle. I would change its size. I want to cover this thing. We are making a landing page of a website. So 1440. You can see from here the proportions 1440 and right 1 second. Yes, 1440 and 990. So I go to the rectangle and this is 990. So this thing masks this. I would change the color. So this right panel you see, this is for managing the settings of a particular component. For example, I have this rectangle here. I can draw a circle and can change its composition. For example, this rectangle, I can make it a little round on the edges. So this is a bit round on the edges. On white canvas, you can see it is round. I don't want it round. So the right panel you see here, it is to change the settings of a particular component. I would change it to black color so that I can mask this. Okay. So Control G. So it now overlaps the canvas. Now I would, okay, now I would make a texture. It would be design, right? Am I audible?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, thank you. So click T. When you click T and you drag the cursor, you will get a text box. This Figma is also like Microsoft Word. So if you come across any mishaps or something, you click and it takes you somewhere else. Like the glitch happened with me, I was continuously making something else. So just press Ctrl Z and all the things would be reversed. So for this is the headline. I would change its font. I want it to mm, Montserrat, and I'll change the font to 48. This is here the text settings, and on this auto width, the length of the text box would like it would hug the content, and it would not stretch across or do anything which uh, hinders your productivity. I want it to be semi bold, so I'll convert it to semi bold, and yes, do it. I'll quickly make the nav bar here. Press T and make a button, write home. I would use the Montserrat font only. So Montserrat font, it's a bit professional font with a friendly look to it. So we regularly use it in medium professional settings. Now if you press Alt and click on this image and drag it, it would make some copies. I would make 4 of them. Okay, so home, about, programs, events, and contact us.
How you did the copy?
Sorry,
How you did the copy?
the copy. Okay, so when you click on this contact us, I clicked on this. Press
Hmm?
the Alt button, Alt Alt in
Okay.
Windows. Okay,
Okay.
and when you press it and drag it like this, a copy makes a copy is there. Okay.
Okay.
Yes. So now I have this here. This is the menu. What I would do is, okay, I drag something else. I delete this rectangle. It's misbehaving with me. I will make another one. 1440 and 990. Change the color to black. The desktop would be white. I would tell you the reason why. Because we would be inserting a image as a background. So we need the desktop, the frame to be white. And the rectangle, the mask would be black. And now you can see on the left hand panel that rectangle 2 is on the top, and we do not see all the headings. So what I would do, I would drag the rectangle 2 to down. Okay, not that much, this much, just under the design. Okay, if you drag any component outside, then it won't be visible, it would be gone permanently. What you, not permanently, control Z is always there at your rescue. Control Z and voila, it's back. And now press shift and arrow. Okay, so it's not clicking. Press shift and click on these icons and press Control A. What will Control A do is do auto layout. You can edit the layout later, but it would fix all the settings. I mean, you can see that there is irregular gap in between these headings. So with Control A, everything would be set. Auto layout. Press on auto layout and yes, you have even a gap between these. Not this much. Press Ctrl G and it would like what it would do is set all your content in one group. Okay, so Ctrl G and you can drag this around. I would place it here, right on top. And here you can see a Y component. So you can like by inserting any value, you can fix the like the height of the content, or you can drag it around. What I want is at 40, so I inserted the value 40. I have it at 40. Now what I would do, I want a like page heading, so alt and design world. I have a new heading with the same settings, Q club. So you can see I have irregular text here. What I can do, I go on the right panel And here you see three dots are there. What it would do is like set the case of the component. So I want it to be uppercase always. Yes, so it is uppercase now. It can be as I typed, it can be uppercase, lowercase, title case, but I want it uppercase. And a little more bold. So semi-bold to bold. Okay, so I would set it right here. These red lines, it would help you to align the content. Now what I would be doing is insert icons here. So what I can do is right click and plugins, then iconify, or I can go here on resources and iconify. So here is iconify running. If you have to like use any new plugin, then like I don't think so many of you are using iconify, so just search here and okay. Yes, so you can run it from here. So you would get new any new plugin you want. But I want my old plugin, that is Iconify. I want Facebook, and I would search. Here is the Facebook icon. I want this icon to be white, and okay, everything is set. Import icon. I have Facebook icon, but now I also want LinkedIn. Here I have my LinkedIn icon. So I can change the color from here also. If since I have a black background, I'm using white. You can choose any color you want. And by any, by I mean any. But you can also use your hex code and yes, pretty much every color can be used as icon color. LinkedIn and Instagram also. Now I would cut it, and here I have my icons. I cannot see them. Are they all black? I think I made a mistake. They are not white, or they are. I have some trouble here. I would bring the icons back and delete all this. Okay, now I have it. Seems like I'm having a bad day. Here are my icons. Control A for auto layout, not this. Shift, not Control A, Shift A, sorry. Yes, auto layout here. I want the space of 10 here. Okay, so what mistake I did, I kept this thing unlocked. So when you lock it, it would be locked with the desktop layer. It won't be changed now. I will move it up here. I can change its size. For individually, I would have to, but uh, I think I have pretty much wasted more time. So I would leave it here and locked all this thing. So this complete thing would be header. I would control NG. So this is now group. I would name it as menu bar. Okay. Now alt and drag and snare senses. I don't want it to be semi-bold, it would be medium. And by the hierarchy, I don't want these two headings to contrast each other. So I would change the second heading to be, it's not second heading, but the text down below to be a little more compactor, smaller. 32. That's too much small. Okay. So 40. And I want additional text here. Our tagline. So alt and I will copy this thing. So we have this here, and on the right hand side, I would set it to be center aligned. Text would be center aligned, and I want this to be like a paragraph, not like a line. Okay, align this at center, then down below this. I want it to be okay 19. That's fine. Then I would be creating a button here. So for button, I would be using frame tool. You can go here and press F and do all that, but I want the simple frame, and I just want to change its. First of all, I would change the color. Mm, this one. And since it's a button, yes, and I want it to be round. So 40 in the this, but this is for corner radius 40. Yes, and now I want a texture. Start. I would make it a little shorter. I mean the text, right? And if you see, then this text is not at the center of the button. Although I aligned it to the center, it's not at the center. So I would go here and do auto width. So the box would wrap around the text. Now if I do it center, it's perfectly at center. And I would group this thing. Control G, and I would name it as button. Keep naming different things like the frames you create so that it becomes easier for others to navigate through your work. So I would do a cool effect here. Drop shadow, and the color I wanted, I would use a dropper tool, and I want this color as the shadow. Blur I want it as 25. Why I want it as 0. What it does, it created a neon effect. So now I want this thing is not important on any website, but for just for the fun part, I'm doing this particular thing, arrow bend. Okay, so here I have an arrow. I would bring it to the canvas, press shift and then change the shape of the icon or anything you draw on the canvas, because if you will just do this and this, it can change the shape. But okay, so this is the original arrow, and when I press shift, and no matter what I do, the shape remains intact. I want to vertically flip it, so flip vertical, and I want an angle. So this rotation, here you can rotate or give the icon or any element an angle. I want minus 35. So how I came to minus 35 precisely? It's by hit and trial method. You can just experiment with it. I have made this work previously, so I remember. Not minus 35, okay, minus 25. Yes. So I would again press T and start now. You can use this text here itself. but I don't want this text. It is serious. And if you want to do something serious, then why are you even doing this thing, arrow and this? I want this to be a fun website. Therefore, I would use a fun text. So, different kind of text gives different kind of impressions. This Gloria, hallelujah. You can see that this has too much difference between the lines. I would change it. Okay, this is the line height auto. I would do here 10, and that is too little. 15. It should be clear to the user, right? Yes. Now it's perfect. And let's make it a little more compact. So I gave the text an angle of minus 15 in this. So what I would do, this is one all element. This is the main text. So do drag this thing, drag your arrow across it and do Control G. This would group your all elements and name it as, let's say main text. So this is your main text. You can drag it around now. I would place it at the center. Okay, now I would make the icons at the bottom. So press F, that would give you a frame, and you draw it by your hands. There you have a frame, and I would change the color to black. Okay, purple is fun too. I would use this. Let's experiment here. So what I want is an icon here. I can change the color. This is not up to my taste, but how can I make it more neon? You can go and search color codes, but okay, for the sake of doing this, I would go with this icon color. So I have the Premiere Pro icon. Drag it at the center, and on the corner, press Shift and then drag it. Otherwise, you will have a like uneven icon. Okay. Then I want a text here which says Premiere Pro. I don't want Montserrat font. I would use Roboto. Okay. And I would use the Auto Width tool. Place it at the center. Okay, first I have to change the uh, like the text size. That's more like it. And I also want a cross. Yes, I forgot. Yeah. I don't want this color. I want my regular white. Here I have my icon. I would drag it and I can also make it a little bolder. Here you see line stroke. I can change it to 4. So it becomes more bolder. Let's do it. Okay. Place it at the center of both texts. Okay, 8 out to 4. And yes, make it plate. Control G. I would name it as this is one, and now I want one other. Alt and drag. So I have 3 of them. So yes, so I have to delete this icon. What I would do. So if I click on this plate, yes, you can see on the right, on the left, that all the elements on this frame are being highlighted. I would click on this one more times, like 2 clicks, and now I can you can see only this icon is highlighted. I would delete it. I would delete this thing also. I want another icon. Here I have my Canva and Figma. So you see this, some icons are complicated. I am clicking on this, and yes, different elements are being clicked. What I would do is group all these different parts, components of this icon. Control G and Control G. And now you have group 6. You would name it as Figma. So yes, now you can move it around. Things might look complicated at first, but as you will move along the course and practice more and more, you would get used to this thing. I can make it to glow. So I would go here, effects, drop shadow, and 0025. Now I would okay, Premiere Pro here. I would tilt them. So okay, this is here. Now I would insert a background image. Go to here and run this plugin Pixels. You'd find different kind of images. You can choose any one of them. Okay, I would use space. So here I have the image. I would just bring it here, fill it across the canvas. So yes, now you cannot see it, and I would bring inside desktop. Bring it way down, just above the black rectangle thing. Now what I would do is decrease the transparency of this image so you can see fill image. I would do it 50%. Yes, so here you have your landing page. You can change all the settings here as you please, but yes, we have it here. It was a bit haphazard, and I think the technical thing was not working for me much. Yeah, sorry for the issues, but yes, we have a landing page here. I would teach you more like how to design the full website, but yes, you have your basic landing page here with all the icons. And yes, I would also teach you prototyping when you go to prototype. So yes, that is much more advanced thing, but for now, yes, this is your design. Oh, I think that was it. Anybody has any doubts?
I didn't understand what you did the last part. the
Okay.
after pasting that space background, how
Wait,
you
wait.
make it
I would do it
finish.
again. Wait a minute, okay? I would do it again for you. Yes, you can see it. Which part? Like after background, it was not clear, right?
Yes.
How I decrease the transparency? Okay, I would do it again. I'm deleting this photo. So yes, you cannot see any background here. Come to design and I would go on resources, pixels, run it, space. Do interrupt me where you find it difficult to catch with me. So I would just largen the image so that it covers the entire canvas or the frame. So it is covered. You cannot see any content. Wait a minute, let me just, yes, it is all covered, right? Here is our image. So it is outside our desktop. Desktop is the name of the frame that we had made at first. Now what I would do is include it in desktop first of all. So yes, now you can see that the image is cropped according to the frame. Now I would drag it down so that all the elements are visible. First of all, see here. As I drag down, these things are visible. So this is the hierarchy. Which elements will be there at the top? The topmost elements are here, and the bottommost elements are at the down. Yes, here I moved it. This is the this is where the things come at place. What I would do now is come to the image thing, not the whole. Click on this image, go here, and this you can see fill. I would decrease it. I want to decrease it to 50%. So yes, now it is more shadowy. The black rectangle, what it did was give the shadow. Once a minute. Okay, it would cover it. Yes. Uh, what this thing at the right hand side does, fill image 50%. This is the transparency. If I make it 0, you would not see the background. You would see the last element, that is the rectangle, the black rectangle we had inserted. But I want the image back. I would make it first of all 25%. So if you are fine with this thing, then you can go with 25%. I want it to be 50 to be more brighter. Yes, so it is more brighter now. Okay. If I do it 100%, it would be more brighter. But no, I don't want that. I want it a little to Z. 50%. So yes, this is our page. All right. Any other doubt? I guess that's it then. Thank you everyone for joining. It was a wonderful session. Like I made. Thank you everyone. Thank you very much. Sure, you can use the custom images in the background. If you want me to demonstrate it, wait a minute.
I think in the previous session I have downloaded and you made that project. I guess I took some custom image from outside. and used it in
Yes,
the background.
you can just insert the images in the previous session. I think it was done. You can see the reference from there. If not, then I would help it here again. Okay. But this is the landing page we made today. Rest of the things, see, landing page is the most interesting part of any website. It is where we trap the user and we make, not literally trap the user, but yes, trap their senses and make them addicted to our work, or so that they can uh, scroll the website, the entire product, and they would be in fascination like what you have made. But the start, the first impression has to be good. So do your best first impression, that is make the best landing page. Rest of the things, they don't matter that much as the landing page matters. Okay.
So I guess this is the end of the session.
Yes, yes, that's it. And we would be doing, I would be sharing you with all the links, uh, like the link of the presentation that Akash made in the WhatsApp group. So stay tuned there. And the assignment for, like, Akash, what assignment you had given them?
Yeah, so my assignment was that the last page of my PPT, there were some questions, and your task is to do it without taking the help of any resources. And then after you finish the answers, then what you should do is you should compare it with the answers that is provided in the Google or Chat GPT, etc., and then get understand your weaknesses and your weak points and work on that. Then Samriddhi will send you a link where you can say that what are the areas that you found difficulty, so that we can work on that part in the next sessions and our upcoming sessions. Yeah, thank you.
So thank you, everyone. Like, if you want to make this landing page, sure do, but I think the OPP is approaching, so I would avoid that. So yes, do Akash's assignment. In our next class, I would make the full website, and then you have to make that. You can make it in parts, like you can do the landing page here at, like, after the session is over, and then you can continue with the rest work that I will be making in the next session. So you can do it in parts, or you can do it all together. I would not be asking you to make this landing page as your homework. Like, not today. In the next class, yes. Okay, everyone. Thank you, everyone, and that's all for today. Good luck.